Hello, just getting up and running. Gonna find a beautiful filter to make us look great, Sarah. What's that like? Oh no, too weird. Hi everyone. That's nice. A little bit of twinkle. Oh, quite like that one. Let's do that. So let's see if I can get Sara Barron on. I don't see your request yet, Sarah, but hold on to your horses because we're still 4 minutes away from taking off. I don't see a request from Sara Barron, who's going on with me. Look, I've got snacks. Love. Sara Barron, can't see your request. Seems like a lot of people want to come on with me, but you. Let me see if I can search you. No, I cannot. Still don't see Sara Barron on here. Just waiting for Sara Barron to come on with me so that we can start. Look, I've got my snacks. I'm ready to go. Come on, Sarah. There she is. It says, I'm waiting for you. I'm adding you. Connecting. How are you? Can we just not see like just your mouth? I want to see your whole head.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I'm new to this. You're the expert. Is that better?
Yeah, but
if I go like this.
Go a bit further back.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I might imagine that you have the biggest forehead in history.
What about what about this? I need to keep. I'm in this really weird shirt, and I don't want anyone to see the bottom of it. How's that?
Yeah, good. But I would go back like a slight inch.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
How is that? Is that better?
Yeah, I just don't,
Oh, it's going to be really far away. All right. Hold on. This is just fine. It's just not going to be the comfort level I was expecting on this first go. That's fine. Nice blazer.
People are complaining about me eating because some people have phobias of people eating.
Oh, as someone who has a vomit phobia, I sort of understand that. Are you going to cater to their phobias? Or
yeah, I just moved the snacks away. But I was kind of doing it because I was a little bit nervous anyway, because we're doing this. And obviously we're untrained, but highly professional.
I was thinking that the reason that we're not qualified. That's the whole point. But I think that what qualifies us is that you've been in a lot of relationships. You've had a lot of boyfriends. And I've been in a lot of therapy sessions.
Yeah, because isn't your mom a therapist?
Yeah, but she's a crazy person. But she is a couples. Part of her specialty is a couples counselor. So I'm going to believe that it's in my blood.
Well, I'm in couples therapy, so I'm basically a novice. But
right, and interestingly, I've never been in couples therapy, even though I think all couples need to be in it. Like from essentially what my mother always said is that people always start too late.
Yeah,
and you guys are probably starting relatively early, so maybe you're going to be okay, but maybe you're not.
I just want to quickly tell you, Sarah, because it's now 8:30, so we're about to start, everybody. And thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
The fact that there's only 400 people watching this is because of two things. One is that everyone's doing this at the moment, so the internet is saturated with it. And two is that we will save this video and then we'll put it on social media and people can watch it at their leisure.
Oh, Fun.
So don't
I
worry.
was just
I know
watching
you expected like 500,000 people if you went on with me, but times have changed. I'm no longer relevant.
But can I tell you also that I just watched Pernice Giovanni doing a dance tutorial, and do you know who he is?
No.
Oh, I think he's like the hot one off of Strictly. And he had like 120 people watching him. And I thought, oh, okay, so I'm very pleased with this number.
Okay, yeah, so we're doing kind of well, but we'll build over time, because when they hear this content, they're going to absolutely cream their knickers.
Yeah. So, I think it's going to be very strong. I think, when we were doing our little behind the scenes pre-show chat, I was saying that we are unqualified to do this, but we are bored, and you've had a lot of boyfriends and I've been in a lot of therapy. And I think that together, that combined therapy and relationship experience means maybe we'll have some insight. And I thought that the way that we would start is we would do like to establish what we know about relationships. I would do a mini interview of you about your relation. You do mini one of me. And then I've culled together 12 questions out of, do you want to know how many we got?
No, how many did we get?
We got in total 57.
57 questions. Okay, cool. But
I culled it down to 12.
Because could you view the questions that came to me on Instagram? Because I had quite a lot on there.
Yeah, I counted them all and then I got some of my own.
Okay,
no biggie.
Let's start. So do you want to interview me first?
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay, so Paloma.
The Deciders has begun.
The Deciders has begun. Okay, so Paloma, what I know about you is that you are currently self-isolating with your partner and your child. Yeah. Can you tell me how long you and your partner have been together?
I think it's 8 years, but it feels like 175.
Beautiful. Is that
and I don't remember dates, so I actually have no idea how long we've been together.
Do you want to know that I remember when you met, but it's not when you got together, but you met in the summer of 2011.
Okay, and I'm not very good at maths, so how many years ago was that?
You met 8.5. I think you've been together 7.5 years. Do you want to tell like a 1-minute version of your origin story?
Oh no, she froze. Do I want to tell a 1-minute version of what?
How you met.
Okay, yeah, we met. He was a waiter in a restaurant in New York. I was on tour, and he didn't have a clue that I was a singer or anything, and I sort of downplayed it. I said I was a singer, but I didn't give him too much information. It wasn't until 3 months after meeting that he Googled me, and then he was like, "Oh my God, you're quite famous."
But such an ideal beginning for you.
Well, it was great. It was nice. Anyway, so he was working as a waiter in a cocktail bar, and I said, "Is that on the menu?" And it turned out it was.
Indeed, it was. And he is a little younger than you, which I think is an interesting detail for people.
Yeah,
I would enjoy knowing that.
7.5 years younger than me.
Oh.
And he's also way kind of cooler and more attractive, but obviously my success buys me that arm candy.
Indeed. And you have a child together. How old is your child?
3.
Yeah. And can you tell me your worst quarantine moment thus far?
Okay.
As a married couple.
This week, our worst. You said maybe this week our worst quarantine moment was that I hate to admit to the general public, and I know it's disgusting, but I do have a cleaner because I hate cleaning normally, but obviously now we're self-quarantined, I don't have a cleaner, so we're trying to like split everything. Anyway, The other day he said, "I've done the kitchen," and I was like thinking, "Oh, that's nice." And I came in the kitchen, there's crumbs all over under the table, and I'm like, "Sorry, but you said you'd done the kitchen." And he goes, "Oh, I did half the kitchen." So basically he'd actually cleaned half the kitchen and swept and mopped only half the kitchen. The kitchen's not that big. I mean, it's kind of big, but it's not huge. Like, how can you half something like that and think that that's acceptable? So
No
obviously,
attention to detail.
yeah, I just shouted. I was very cray cray. And then I just thought to myself, how are we going to last potentially 6 to 12 months of this together? Because I genuinely feel after this that divorce may be on the cards. Not that I'm even married, by the way. That's not.
Oh, that's the other thing. You're not married. You're partnered. You
I'm
guys
not
are partnered.
married. I feel like perhaps being married would ruin it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not, well, anyway, that's a separate conversation, but we can pick up on that another time.
But I want to get on to the other people. So that's me.
Fine.
Who has the power? Obviously, I do. Let me quickly ask you some.
Fine. Go.
How long have you and your partner been together?
We've been together for 9 years, almost exactly.
9 years. Great. Married or not married?
We are married. I needed the green card.
And the money. But he hasn't got any
I
anymore.
wanted his money. He used to have some money and I wanted it.
But now he doesn't.
No, he has no money.
Which is pretty lame. So, and now you're quarantined with the poor guy that you've ended
With the
up
poor
with.
guy, literally.
How did you two meet?
He worked in radio. They were short a guest. He saw me on stage. He was like, that lady's got a lot of charisma. Get her in. I went in. Sparks flew, and the rest is history. You have to admit that I'm answering these in a very economic way.
Yeah, no, I love it. I feel like I don't shut up and I'm boring. Sorry.
Oh, no, it was very good.
How old is your child?
Our child is almost 4.
Yeah. And what was your worst moment in quarantine this week?
Actually, it was very seriously. Right now, we have a broken kitchen drawer, and at 6:30 or at like 7:10, I called down to him because I was with our son, and I was like, "I need you to take over at 7:25," and he went, "Why?" And I went, "Because I'm talking to Paloma at 7:30. I need to shower. I need to do my hair. I need to clean the kitchen." And then he went, "I'm having a real problem with the drawer." And this thing with the drawer has like taken over and it has all of our kitchen utensils, but it is genuinely like he's genuinely acting like he just lost 1,000 pounds. Like that's the vibe in the house. And then in terms of who has the power, that's our final question. In any relationship, Paloma, one person ultimately has the power. My husband and I, there's some variation. I have the power in as much as he loves me more than I love him. And he knows that. Like, we understand that dynamic. But he, like you, is a serial monogamist. So he's always in relationships. So like if we divorced, I ultimately believe I would never marry again. And he would have another wife in a year. That's his vibe. So I am more loved, but he would recover from our breakup better. Okay.
Okay, so you're quite equal then, really.
I think there's so many horrible things about my marriage I could say, but I think equality is one of our.
Yeah, that's great.
Our core strengths.
I thought that when I was getting ready. I thought, I'm really jealous because I bet Sarah's got time to get ready and doesn't have to like put the kid to bed first and stuff because he might jump in and do that.
Oh yes, but also like, well, my son hates me. I'm not the favorite one. My husband is the favorite, so that's like super depressing. But anyway, and weird because I'm more fun. Okay,
more on that later.
Yeah, more on that later. So we're gonna do our questions. We're gonna do our 12 curated questions.
Okay.
Shall I read? I'll read the first one, and then you'll read the second. I think that this can only possibly stay compelling for maybe a max of 20 minutes. So we'll see how far we get. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do that. So let's do it till 9.
We'll do it till 9. Or if we have nothing else to say, we'll know that about ourselves and we'll stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So question 1. These are all from anonymous because it's just more comfortable that way.
By the way, if anyone's thinking of doing this, because we're going to do this every Wednesday, we will never disclose who you are. We will remain anonymous on this. Anybody who sends us one, we won't mention your name. So more on that next week.
Yes. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So question 1. Due to the quarantine, there is now no distinction between my husband's day wear and night wear and I am repulsed. In fairness to him, he is continuing to shower, but the sight of him in a dressing gown or sweatpants at all hours of the day is so grotesque that to de-disgust myself when we crawl into bed together, I have to picture other lovers I had in my 20s. I literally replay the sex I had with them to remind myself I was once a sexual being. How do I express the situation to my husband in a way that won't break him? P.S. He's decided that he wants to grow a weed plant. P.P.S. He is otherwise a good man and active father. What is she?
Well, first of all, can I just say, I think that primarily you need to omit the fact that you're imagining sleeping with the people you slept with in your 20s, even though, let's admit it,
Oh, yeah.
we're all doing that.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, come on. Like, anybody who's been in a relationship longer than 3 or 4 years is doing that.
Yeah.
So that's fine, but we just don't need to mention it. I also have a huge amount of empathy for this woman. Do you?
I do, yes. I have a very clear solution for her.
Okay, go. You take it.
I'm going to take it. So first, the weed plant is a no. He's not going to start growing a weed plant. So that means that's where she goes, no, we're not growing weed in our house now with our kid. It's not happening. But that's out of the door. I think what needs to happen is she's going to play the long game, okay? So she's going to start doing a similar thing, not in a passive-aggressive way, but she's going to just get real disgusting with herself for like 5 days. So she's not going to do much showering. She's going to do no makeup, no hair. She's going to get grungy. On the 5th day, okay, she's just going to do it. And he's going to go, wow, beautiful. And she's going to go, oh, thank you. I just needed to like do it for me. I felt so gross. So she has her example now of a thing she did. There's going to be some point where they go for a family walk. He's going to dress up and he'll just put on jeans and shoes. And she's going to have to perform finding him more attractive than she actually does. Like, she'll be like, you look, she'll just to touch him a little bit more. And she'll be like, you look kind of hot today. This is so weird. Like, now just getting to see you in a t-shirt and jeans is like seeing you in a suit. Like, you look so sexy. And she's going to have to try and use that positive encouragement as a way to let him know that his daytime dressing gown is grotesque.
I think that's a really great idea, and I hope that he has enough empathy, because I know that I've tried similar and my partner does not get the hint on any level. He's just like, yeah, this is me, so whatever.
But your partner is very interesting in as much as he is very handsome, but he's almost angry about his handsomeness. So do you not feel like he sort of intentionally
he's trying to make himself not look good?
Yeah, he genuinely is like, Paloma, we know you
but
came
we
for
don't
this because
know
I look
about
like a
this
male
guy.
model.
This guy may be the same, so he may like be able to like, you know. Anyway, I also think that maybe she should add that when he does wear the t-shirt and jeans, she might have to force herself to sleep with him that night.
Yes, that was going to be my other thing.
Yeah.
There's no world in which this woman is actually going to see him and be like, ooh. Like, my husband said to me once, he was like, I want to feel like you want me. And I was like, oh, I never want you. Never. I just show up for my appointment, okay? That's all that's going to happen.
Your weekly appointment. I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, okay, so in the past, when you're in a long-term relationship, you've got kind of life going on, and you have your weekly appointment to make sure that you sleep together. But then it's like, now we don't have that. Now we're in the house together all the time.
I know. It's very, the lack of structure of when I'm not supposed to have sex is making me suicidal. That's the worst part of quarantine, is being like, I guess we should just have sex every night. I mean, which I would never do, because I'm not a perv. But the point is, she's not going to want to fuck him because that's her husband. But what she needs to do the day she sees him in a t-shirt and jeans is she needs to find the space to be like, you looked really hot today when you put clothes on, and then summon the will to go for him and teach him through positive reinforcement. And then after that, and then she needs to do that a few times. And then I think she can say, I love you. I want to want you more. It's helpful for me when I see you in normal, regular clothes instead of your dressing gown.
And wasn't that great tonight?
And wasn't that some hot rodding that we did tonight?
Yeah. Okay, great. That was fantastic. Should we move on to the next one? Here we go. Here's my problem. I've been with my boyfriend 2 years and have been drumming up the energy to break up with him. Then the lockdown happened.
Okay.
We don't live together, thankfully, but he's in constant communication. My question is, am I allowed, given the current circumstances, to break up with him on FaceTime, or do I have to wait to do it in person? Also, please keep this anonymous, but I have this major crush on a guy I work with, and he and I have been talking a lot too during quarantine, and I want to have Skype sex, and I'm pretty sure he does too.
Shit.
If I did it, would I be cheating?
This is a very good, so this is not our lives, but this is what I think some of these younger things, I mean, I'm projecting youth onto this. I don't know, but I picture this person to be like 27 years old, which you, Paloma, are also 27, but I'm a little older than that.
But I think maybe that they should go on House Party, the app, and she could do it in front of a room full of strangers.
Like they're just like hanging out in a bar?
Hanging out, and then she's like drinking her wine on the app House Party, and she's like, oh. Hey, by the way, I don't want to be with you anymore. Lol. And then I actually don't think this woman should go and have Skype sex with someone behind his back.
No, but I'm going to tell you right now, she's going to, and she's going to feel entitled to do it by virtue of having asked whether or not she could. So she's going to do it. If she's watching us now, Paloma, she's going to have the Skype sex. I can feel it in my bones. I really feel it. And
or maybe she has already.
She has already, and she wants to know how bad it is. That's what
happens.
Yeah, so I think already. That's okay. I also think, like, now when I look back on infidelities of my 20s, I'm not saying they were great, but because it wasn't like cheating on my husband, I can't really summon I can think back. I was 29 years old, and I had an opportunity to cheat on my then boyfriend, and I didn't take it because I didn't want to cheat on my boyfriend. And now I'm like, that boyfriend is some like weird dude I'm never in touch with anymore, and I could have had some extra D that I didn't get before getting locked into a fucking marriage. I regret every day I didn't cheat on that boyfriend because it was a casual, some guy I was dating for a year, but I wanted to have the moral high ground, and I regret it. So because it could have been an extra D, premarital. So I think listen, we need to tell her what she wants. Yes, you can break up with him because of the lockdown. You need to do it sensitively. I don't trust her to be sensitive about it. I want her to try and be sensitive.
I think sensitive would be, FaceTime him. And I think FaceTime's more than acceptable in these circumstances.
Fine.
Don't you?
Yeah. I think, yes,
I mean,
she
that
can do
or
it.
carrier pigeon, but I'm not sure where she's going to get a carrier pigeon from at this point.
Not going to happen. What do you think of the pace at which we're answering these? Do you think we should rifle, or do you think this has been? Let's do a couple rifles. Let's do some
rifled.
Can I
is your internet okay? Because you're going a bit pixelated on my screen.
Oh yeah, mine is fine on this side. I don't know what that means.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm gonna do a fast one because
I
think it's funny. Okay, normally this person writes in. Normally, I masturbate after my partner has gone to work. I mean, this is fascinating. I'm very interested in how people are masturbating now that they're all in a house together. Where can I do that now? We live in a studio flat, and I don't like doing it standing up. Of course, no normal person does. So are you comfortable discussing masturbation, either yours or your partner's, or what you know of it?
Do we know the gender of this person?
We don't know the gender of this person.
But the fact that they don't like doing it standing up probably suggests it's a woman, right?
That feels female to me, because don't men do it in the shower a lot?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing, like a married guy jerks off in the shower? So
So,
I mean, are
okay,
you?
let's just recap though, Sarah, that
Yeah.
on Boris Johnson's guidelines, we're allowed to go for 1 bit of exercise a day, and we're allowed to deliver food and medicine, and we're also allowed to, what else are we allowed to do? Oh, that's it really.
That's sort of it. You can go for groceries if you have to.
So I'm wondering if, in the area that this person lives, there is a place like a foresty park with lots of overgrown areas that this could happen in.
No,
Oh,
they could get,
why?
you get arrested for that. Indecent exposure. Can I ask you, are you and your partner, are you going for your daily walk together, or are you having time apart?
We're going, well, we tend to go separately actually.
I promise you he's wanking when you go out of the house. There's
Okay,
no way
so when the partner goes out for his daily walk is when you need to seize the moment.
Sure. And that's the pressure of that would make me, like, my vagina would like seize up. So I would have to introduce some ethical pornography, I think, to get myself quickly in the mood.
By the way, lots of people are getting worried because children, potentially young people are watching, but I feel like are young people that are not teenagers awake at this time?
Well, do you know what we should have done? We need to hold ourselves accountable, Paloma. What we should have done at the start of this, and we didn't, was warn off your young fans.
Yeah, but they would have stayed if we had.
Well, then I don't think we have to create. This is some grown woman content for grown women and men. Okay, so if it's not for children, and all we can do is say it's not for children.
Somebody said, yeah, but like if it's a teenager, then masturbation's okay because teenagers are like that's what they do.
Yeah, and I think if I was like 16 and I understood that a lot of masturbation happened in the context of a marriage, that might have been helpful for me.
Yeah, but anyway, let's go through these. So anyway, okay, here's the next one.
I mean, I don't know if we answered that, but I just want to say that
No, we did answer it. We said when he goes for his walk.
She's going to put on some ethical porn and masturbate. Fine. Okay. Do you want to do the mother-in-law one? I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I love this.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not a snappy one though, is it?
No, we could do the other snapping one is number 4.
I really like my daughter is back from uni. Can we
Great,
do
let's do
one?
this. Do that one.
My daughter is back from university and I'm working from home. My wife, however, still has to go to work. So, can we start drinking before my wife comes home? What are the pros and cons of starting early versus waiting? Wife/mother gets home 7:30ish, but at 5:30 we feel we might need a daily bonding session.
Good. I already
Good
really
question.
I'm projecting a man onto this, and I'm very into this guy.
I like this person.
Do you have a strong feeling?
I think that perhaps it could be staggered. So if this is a daily thing, I mean, I'm not going to condone daily drinking, but if it's a daily thing, maybe they could sometimes do it at 5:30 and be let off if they then make something really special for her the next day, sort of thing. Wait for her.
See, I think, assuming that this family doesn't have a drink problem, which I intuit they do not. I think a lot of us are doing daily drinking at the moment. I've been having 2 glasses of wine every day. I think they begin their drinking at 5:30, but do you know what they do from 6:30 to 7:30? Is while they're having a nice wine or cocktail, they prep a dinner 4 nights a week for when the mom gets home.
I agree.
So
and I also just think we should take a minute to like remind ourselves as well that this woman is, by going out, she's probably some kind of key worker, and because everybody else is off work, and she's probably risking her life every day by going out. So you need to be sensitive, but I do think that the dinner is important and it's redeeming as long as they're not at absolutely like, hello, mum,
No.
when she
We're
gets
taking
in.
it as a given that they're not doing that good drunk impression that you just did. They can start drinking, let's call it at 6. They have a drink and a catch-up and a bitch sesh till 6:45, cook dinner from 6:45 till 6:30, dinner on the table when mom gets home.
Very scheduled. And I've heard also from my research online that the way that you get through this quarantine thing, which you just touched upon, is by trying to keep structure in your life. Like waking up, having a shower, getting dressed, blah, 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 cooking the dinner until 6:45.
Fine. All right, should I do the mother-in-law one, and then maybe that'll have been us doing a half hour. So then maybe we should leave them wanting more. Let me tell you something. Our numbers in terms of our viewers have stayed relatively consistent. It's not been high, but they've stayed with us. I think that bodes well.
I do. And hopefully next week at 8:30 you'll all come back. Plus friends. Yeah,
I mean, to be discussed. But yes, I think we should do 2 a week. To be discussed. We don't have to do it right now. I think we need a little more of that, a little more momentum. Okay, so this is a great one. She says, setting the standards too high. Okay. The great joy for me of this lockdown has been that I no longer have to see my mother-in-law. To give you a couple details, because I think it's a woman. I think everyone's a woman. It's me projecting my own story. She says, to give you a couple key details on this woman, she tells me with some regularity that I look tired, that my hair looks thin. And when I was 7 months pregnant with my first child, it's a woman, she said, you won't have an epidural, will you? Because she believes in natural childbirth, whatever that means, to believe in natural childbirth. Anyway, my husband has decided, oh God, that he now wants us as a family to Skype with her every evening so we can all have a meal together, which is actually way worse. What do I do?
This is absolutely awful, isn't it? I think that
this is the worst thing.
Even the best in-laws are not great. Just by
the best in-laws are still not great.
No, because they're not your family, and they're these people that come attached to the person that you're already struggling to make work with, and you have to accept them too.
Horrific.
So,
but here's what's so complicated here. This woman sounds real difficult, but I bet based on the question, because the son wants a daily dinner with her, I bet she's self-isolating alone because she's older. So he pictures his mother all alone, and he's like, we will be Skyping her every day at dinner. So I'm kind of on his side, even though she sounds difficult.
She's probably self-isolating alone. She's probably over 70.
Yep. Shit.
So
this is terrible.
We have to have some level of compassion. I'm wondering if it has to be every single day, though. Can't they? Like, I know that we are in touch with each other's in-laws every day, but like sometimes, so they've got kids, right? So
yes, because we know she's good for her.
They always want to see the kids. So can't he mainly be in charge of FaceTiming his mum when he's with his kids, like we do in our house? I do FaceTime my mum with my kid, and then he FaceTimes his family with his kid, who's the same kid as mine, by the way. We've got the same kid. But anyway, like, just to clear that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then maybe once a week they have a meal as a family, so she doesn't feel like completely disliked by the in-law. But I think once a week is fine.
I think it's got to be more than once a week.
Baby Soul's on here, and Baby Soul thinks that it needs to happen way more than once a week.
Yeah. Okay. Baby Soul is one of your friends currently on the UK, on The Voice right now. She's a wise woman. This is all anyone needs to know about Baby Soul. She's a wise woman. So she and I are 2 against 1. You're the 1. I think it's got to happen. I think basically this woman needs to duck out 3 times a week and do something and be present 4 times a week, and just understands that it will end. And I'm on her side. Her mother-in-law sounds difficult, but I think she's got to do it.
I don't agree. And I think it's great that we're ending. we're ending on one where we don't agree. I think once a week is fine, and then he FaceTimes her at other times without her there. And I think maybe just to be traditional, do it on a Sunday.
Okay, and if you know, if anyone cares about what I think you got to show up. I think you got to do. I think there's some unexplained reason why the husband wants the whole unit there, and she's got to meet him halfway and do it a minimum of 3 days a week. Namaste.
Okay,
That's
3
nice.
days.
Yeah, we just did
3
a half
days.
hour.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Sarah.
Wait, we've been the decider. All right, we'll definitely be back next Wednesday at 7:30. But Paloma, I think we got to throw in like a Sunday night session as well. But you and I can talk about that over the phone.
Okay, we'll discuss. But anybody who enjoyed this, next time I post, keep an eye on Sarah, my Instagram, Twitter, and everything, and send us more situations that you're in, because obviously
and some of us.
Well, obviously we don't want to. Sorry, we talk at the same time a lot. Obviously, we don't want to like undermine what's actually happening outside with people getting sick and all that stuff. But we also feel like there are people who are self-isolating, doing the responsible thing, staying at home, who are potentially going to end up divorced on the other side. And we just feel compelled to use this boredom in our lives to make it better.
Yes, and to remind everyone that everyone else is having a really shitty time. Because you look on the gram most of the time and it's like, trying to stick to our schedule.
Yeah, us and our family.
We did like a little thing. And actually everyone's fucking about to kill each other. And I think we are doing a public service. I don't really mean that, but you know what I mean. By trying to bring the badness forward. And also I really feel for some of the single people right now, because some people are single and they love it and that's their calling. But for other people, it's a real trigger. And can you imagine if you felt single and depressed, how fucking alone this would make you feel right now? It would be really catastrophic. So I want to remind those people that the inside of the relationships, when you see the families walking together in the park and it looks so beautiful, people are dying on the inside. And I want the singletons who wish they weren't single to remember that.
That's a great final note. Almost as good as a Jerry Springer final thought. Thank you
Oh my God,
so much.
I have such a gift. Bye.
Bye.
See you next Wednesday. Bye.